we go again. Hopefully the third time is the charm time. Okay, so this is for one of my subscribers, Jeremy. I'm going to show you the problem with your map. Your map is, let's go to right monitor, and we will kick in the YouTubes. Jeremy's like, I'm using this image. He sent me the image as a floor, as a custom token, and at multiple places the mini just falls through it. I'm thinking I should have made it differently, like not cut around the walls in the image and just align it correctly with my walls, which are higher than the floor. I hope I'm being clear. Okay, so I'm not 100% sure, but this is what I can show you. So if we click on this, it's going to take us to the map that he's trying to show, and I'm going to right click here. I'm going to download, direct download. This will save it into my, where did it save it? It's going to be called floor 1 because I already fixed it. Right click and then open this with GIMP, and I'll show you exactly what the problem is with your map. So if I shoot over to my GIMP and scooch back, I'm going to go to fuzzy select, and I'm just going to choose an area over here with 0. Threshold is 0, which means it's only going to select exactly what I told it to. So here's the problem with this map. When I choose fuzzy select, you have a lot of artifacts, I'm going to call them, little pieces of map that are all sort of struck about all over the place. The easy way to fix it is with fuzzy select tool. Crank your threshold all the way up to 255 and then choose the actual map. Once the map is chosen, which will take a second, you'll see that the outline gets rid of all of the artifacts that are on the outside. One thing I do want to note is that it's selected a little bit of the piece of the map in here. So what you can do to not erase that is go select and grow by 1. And then those are no longer selected because they're sort of transparent pieces. Okay. Once we're at this stage of the game, you're going to hit Shift E, or you're going to hit the eraser is what I should say. Choose your size of your brush a little bit bigger and hit, it is, for me it's Control I, but it is actually called invert. So I'm going to hit Control I, which inverts it. Instead of selecting the inside, I'm now erasing the outside stuff. Looks like I'm not doing anything, but essentially I'm erasing all of those little artifact pieces. Okay, artifact pieces should be gone. When I go back to my fuzzy select tool and I shrink this back down and I choose this spot, you should see that it looks the same, right? It didn't really do anything, but it hasn't selected any of those little artifacts because I deleted them all. Now that you're here, if you want to import this map into one world, you need to change the scale. For me, it's Shift T. You want to hit Scale Layer. Oh, no, you don't, because this is a mistake that I learned in the last video. What you want to do is hit Control Shift A, go to Bucket Fill. Let's choose, you can choose either a light gray and then bucket fill the outside. Shift A. Oh, I'm on fuzzy select tool. Duh. Come on, sucker. Bucket fill with a light gray. Control Shift A so you don't have any of that stuff selected. I've bucket filled it with a slate. What I should have done is just gone with Control Z and used just a color. Just bucket fill with gray. Now that I've bucket filled with gray, I'm going to go Shift T. And you can't see this, but your layer, the size of this map is 2970 by 1511. You need to put that down to 1600. I will show you on, I'm going to do this, right monitor, scooch this over here, hit Shift T, because where's my layer? Oh, here we go. X, Shift T. So your layer is 2970 by 5011. You need to take this and put it at 1600. You're going to see that it auto moves this to 814. If you break this link and change this to 945, and then those are the dimensions for the table. Now you've got this and this outside area. So if you go back to fuzzy select tool, choose everything, click on this, and it's going to outline that image. And then the easy way to get rid of this, all this stuff on the outside, is to hit Alt Q, which is crop to selection. And then you're just going to be left with this. This is your 1600 by 945 map. So if you export this as floor1 dot, we don't need it to be a PNG right now. We can change this to JPEG because this is just going to be the bottom layer. I'm going to hit export, export. Then I am going to take that map, move this out of the way, and I'm my Imgur account. You can see I got a bunch of stuff already. I already tested some of this, but I want to add an image to this account. This is just you can use Tabletop Simulator and upload local file. This is the one that I want. I'm going to move this out of the way, and I'm just going to drag this over here. And here we go. So if I right click on this and copy image address, I like using Imgur. I've said it a million times because what it lets me do is it lets me have nice file folder structures that I can easily access. I find that going through the Tabletop Simulator main cam no TTS through the modding options with the Cloud Manager is like, so I want to upload that file. I got to go here. I got to go to, my download. I starred my download so that it would be in here. Then I got to find that file, which is like scroll through here. Floor 1 JPEG, and then I would have to click on this and then upload it, which I'll show you what I'm going to do. Click on that, select, and then where do I upload it to? I'm just going to upload it to the root folder, upload, and it will pop into here. And then you can right click here or hit this one. You just click on it. It gives you the little stream thing. That's how you get it in there. Either or, either way, either whatever. So you go back to your token. Or this thing, I've already, this is second part I've skipped here. You can, let me go clear. Once you bust out your one world, if you click on this and hit new, gotta make sure I look over at my whatchamacallit and see that I'm on the right spot. You're gonna get this blank tab, this little chip. Right click, custom. You wanna Control V the name into here and hit import. Now we've got our little sweet ass gray map. We're going to call this A Place 2. Already did some of this. A Place 2. Once it's got a name, just pick it up, drop it on there, and it will import it. Woohoo! And there's your deal. There's your map, nicely fit to the table. Now, you want to get these walls. So what we got to do is we got to go back to GIMP. Where's my GIMP? The GIMP is tiny over here for some reason. Push this up so that it fits onto the screen. Hopefully this won't take any longer than 10 minutes. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go fuzzy select tool, and you're going to change the threshold down to 0 again, because you don't want anything other than this exact color that you've bucket filled with. And you can see what it's done, right? It has chosen only that solid color. If you go select and hit shrink by 1, Z, it's going the wrong way. So select, grow by 1 should shrink it. That'll tighten it up a little bit. Okay, now that we're at this stage of the game, what you're going to want to do is hit your eraser. For me, it's Shift E. Now I've deleted the outside, so Control Z. I need to flip the script again and do invert and delete the inside. Now that the inside is deleted, I'm going to get my box tool, and you can see on the right hand side over here, if I do, I want to go to about half. So here's the size, this is the width, mine's set to 930. Now that I've selected that piece, Alt-Q is going to give me this half. I'm going to export this as a piece called like level 1A. And then I'm going to come back in after I've exported it. And I'm going to hit Control-I, which is invert. That selects the opposite side. Alt-Q, crop to selection, is going to choose this side. I export this as level 1B. And then when we cruise over to the right monitor, I put your files in this here, so I'll just go down to the end. You're going to be left with these pieces. So what we're going to do is right click. We're going to hit copy image address on this. Go back to GIMP. Then you want to go objects and then go to your tokens. Smash this on the table. In the image here, you're going to hit Control V and you're going to choose the thickness and set it to 1 and hit import. Then it will import your piece. Close this down. So what I'm going to do is hit F8, choose this, and we're going to go position is 0 and 0. That puts it in the center of the table. Then I'm going to just sort of hover over it and hit the plus until it grows to exactly the width of the table. So right about here, I need to sort of zoom down and make sure that it matches. Plus, 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 plus. We're going to hit plus right until it comes to maybe there. No, maybe one more. If it goes over or under, it doesn't matter. Also, too, this is backwards, so we need to rotate it. Without moving it, you just hit the E with it selected. There. Lock this in place, hit F8, and then slide it into place. And it should fit something like that. Obviously, it didn't fit quite right, so we're gonna slide it to where it needs to be. It should be there. And then you do the same thing with the other piece. That gives you your depth 3D field with your map on the bottom. You could pack this up. Then, if you have a work table like I do, what you want to do is you just want to go back and hit Build. Should recall that piece. There's your table back. Now just imagine if it was done and filled with your different pieces. And if see how this doesn't quite fit right, this looks like it's off and goofy for some reason, and I'm not 100% sure why. But how do you fix that? Is you can go to this tool here called Volume Scale, and then click on this and just drag this over just a little bit like so. Sometimes that will just make it look that much more on point, so to speak. Once this is done, you can just hit export. That packs everything up into a bag, and then you just take this bag and import it into your table, and you should be good. So that's 12 minutes. Hopefully that helps you fix your problem. I've done this video 3 times because I keep screwing it up. If you're looking to just import the piece as a token, I believe it's this one, copy image address, objects, and we go back to components, tokens, Control V, and then this, if this is what you're looking for, by doing the first steps, if you're trying to get to this piece, doing the first steps, getting rid of those little artifacts will give you this piece if this is what you're looking for, Jeremy. And hopefully that helps you out. If not, just send me another text and in this video or whatever, and we can sort it out. But that's how you go about doing that. This will fit to scale, so to speak, or not, because the map size. This might not be 945 or 1600 by 945. Hopefully that helps. If not, let me know in the comments. All right? Cool. Peace out.